What's up, everybody?
Back again.
Back again. Hey, we're closing out the weekend with what? Oop,
Another
this way.
foodie show.
Another show.
Your favorite foodie show on the internet these days.
Period. I already know it. Thank you. I
Yeah,
know. I know. Thank you guys. It's only because of you.
that's
And
right.
because of you, we got something fun planned for tonight. We're talking about the top 12 deadliest foods, or at least a list of 12 deadly or slash toxic food that people actually eat.
Mm.
Let's go.
Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnsy and Damon will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnsy and Damon will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show.
Don't want to be late.
I love that song.
Yeah, that's like I say. We talked on the Friday show about some new song coming out and how I would probably be singing it. Like I say, I'm jamming it in the background. I mean, I might not sing on the show because nobody really wants to hear me sing.
Actually,
Uh-uh.
Damon. That brain of yours is so magnificent. You don't even realize how magnificent it's
I was
being.
gonna say I don't even know what I said, but okay.
No, because you said the way you said there's a new song coming, this, and that. I was like, I could probably actually make it actually happen in a song like we just heard.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I thought that's the way it was. When we
no,
talked
no,
about
no. It was just I just sang it to Tony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. Like he was saying something, and I was just like I kicked in with like this little
Right.
riff part,
Yeah.
which it's already a song which is why I can't give you the riff because then you probably be able to figure it out.
Okay.
But I start singing. I'm like, I'm like kind of saying out loud quietly while he's saying something, and he's like, yeah, da, 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 and he finishes, and I go, and I start singing the song, and he just is like, yeah, yeah, like it was just really funny. Okay, so hold on, I gotta write this down.
Yeah. Might as well, because if you like me, I'll forget it in just a easy minute. So
I apologize, folks. This is what happens when you have ADHD at my level. As an adult, you got to make notes.
I got notes on top of
Listen,
notes. That's why I was looking over here to make sure I didn't have no notes wrote down.
I promise you, folks, when stuff like this gets finished, you'll be like, I'm so glad Johnsy took that couple minutes to write that note.
And wrote that note down.
But yeah, hey, welcome to the close of the weekend. It's always a bummer. For most people, they got to go back to work tomorrow. And
Yeah. Some people do.
right. All kinds of stuff. But you just got back from
Yep.
hanging out with the wife, feeling nice little anniversary
little
trip.
mini vacation. Yep.
Right,
Appreciate
happy anniversary to the kite.
Yeah, close enough. Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, the leadership. I don't know what to say. I had it in my head and it failed epically. So happy anniversary to you two. That's where we should have left it. We're gonna.
Just rewind it back. Yeah,
anniversary. We left it there. Please, everybody. Hey, Deadly Foods. That's what we're talking about.
You got me intrigued because I like how we do this because, like, one to find a list and the other really don't know, and vice versa. You know,
Right.
so I kind of like this because I'm scared I might eat some of that maybe on the list. I don't know.
Right. And it's like, I agree with that last your statement because it's like, you kicked this off like, hey, I just found this list. We're gonna
Yeah.
roll with it. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
questions. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, I mean, we've stayed true. We've still had guests.
Mhm.
Hey, come on, folks. We
If
had Big Kev on
you
last
missed
week.
last Sunday, you need to scroll
Yeah,
back.
scroll back a week on the YouTube or Twitter, whatever it is where you find
Audio
it,
platform,
audio
wherever.
platform. Scroll back. It'll be 1, 2, 3 shows,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yep.
And you'll see another foodie show with Kevin Bledsoe, aka Big Kev.
That's right.
Yeah, the Big Kev, Netflix America's Barbecue Showdown, blah 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 blah. Solid cookbook out, like California, California, Texas, like really badass dude, and absolute stud, man. The dude was an
Oh God, man.
absolute banger. So definitely go check that out and go support him. But yeah, Deadly Foods. Oh, what I was saying is we stayed true to our form. Like we still
Oh yeah.
do our stuff, but
Mhm.
I mean, lately we've been kind of nerding out on these lists,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. There've been some good ones.
I mean, throw in the chat, hit the you can text the hotline if you want. You if you don't like it, let us know. But we're having a blast doing this right there.
That's,
There
yeah.
it is, right there. Right there. There's a hotline. And for those just listening, it is 740-673-0251. You can call, leave a message if you want. I highly doubt anybody's going to answer. It is operations is a small department right
That's
now,
right.
and the phones aren't always manned. But if you text, I promise you will get a response. You might even end up on the show, which has happened before.
Yes, yeah.
What was it? What did I bring? Oh yeah, but otherwise we've been
Staying
really
true.
enjoying these lists. So
Yeah.
without further ado, and Johnsy forgetting where he was at for the I don't know 12th time
Yeah, I
in
was gonna say 10, but it's okay.
8 minutes. Well, yeah, you're always a gentleman. So
Yeah.
we're gonna start at the bottom again in
That's
no
what I say.
particular order. I have no idea, but when I kind of skimmed through it because most of them I'd never even heard of half of them. And I did see the bottom one. And we're just going to start from here. So, number 12 on the list. Again, no particular order.
Mhm.
But this one's I'm starting with this one for obvious reasons. The coconut.
Really?
Excuse me. Yes. Not from eating, but from falling.
Okay.
Listen, coconuts kill hundreds every year.
So I would never thought it was hundreds.
Me either.
I mean, maybe
figure
a
like,
few here or there.
yeah,
Like
that's
one or so a year.
exactly how I would have put it. A
Yeah.
year. Because just the law of like the random number of yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah. So heavy high impact coconuts fall from trees in tropical regions. It's called death from above hazards. Like there's a name for this.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Don't go
Actually,
too far.
I'm gonna run this list backwards.
Yeah, hold on
From
one
my
second
point
before
of
you go
view.
too
Not
far
that it
because
means
now
anything.
you
Yeah.
strike my curiosity.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So anywhere from 3 to 6 pounds is what a coconut actually weighs, matured out.
Right. So
That's solid hitting you in the top of the
right,
nose.
and here's the thing. I've taken so many classes, having been an electrician in
Mhm.
industrial arena for so long. Like you have so most places where you go, there's a fall chart because there's certain things like if you're up there with this, and this, like things have to be tied off, clipped off. You have to have lift plans and secure plans and this and that. It's
Yep.
very, very intense.
Yep.
Sometimes feels like a ridiculous amount of paperwork,
True.
but there's
It's there
been
for a reason.
mistakes. Yeah, right. So uh the crazy thing is at the plant I used to work at had a fall chart.
Mhm.
And like so cuz everybody wore radio.
Okay.
So that was like the radio it roughly weighs like 1 pound maybe,
Right.
and you would watch that. So it was like a graph chart with all these different colors and things, names and the height and whatever, and it would all met in these different colors to show you.
Mhm.
And how fast that little 1 pound radio becomes like an intense amount of weight that smashes. You're like, so then the recent one is they showed us a video of and it was like this whole thing where they tested things over and over again. They dropped a 4 foot piece of yeah, rapidly. Rapidly.
53 mile an hour is what this coconut falls.
So that is 6 pounds at 53 miles an hour impacting your skull. So it's not doubled because your skull isn't moving at it at 53 miles an hour,
Oof.
but it is pert near. No, it's catastrophic. I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah, 'cause
Anyways,
yeah, it's wild. That's wild.
so moving on. That's the last one that's just going to kill you without putting it in your mouth. But even though these are choices, the next 11 are continually made around the world. Number
Uh-oh.
11, Sanakji. Maybe. So, live sea cucumber.
Oh, okay.
Danger. Sea cucumbers can harbor marine toxins and bacterial infections if improperly harvested. It's eaten live in a lot of Asian communities. So, here we go. Can induce paralysis, neurological symptoms, or death in rare cases.
Goodness. Yes.
Like what? And I don't know. Have you ever seen a sea cucumber? They're
Yeah.
pretty funky.
Right.
Like, why are we? Anyway, I don't want to judge another culture, but why are we eating that out of everything else? Yeah.
But hey,
Number.
the thing is too. Before we go, the thing is, when you saying it, I'm looking up different stuff about it too. Dried
My bad.
cucumber
Yeah.
can fetch $30 to $80 a pound. So I mean, it's nothing cheap either.
Holy Toledo.
So, wow.
Bro, when I was in like 6th grade on my 6th grade trip, I took pictures of like 3-4 pound sea cucumbers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking back, like, dude, I just walked away from $100. Oh, that's wild.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Number 10, monkey brains. And if you're a fan of Indiana Jones, y'all know what I'm talking about. Danger, risk of prion diseases like variant Creutzfeldt Jacob disease,
Wow.
similar to mad cow disease.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just leave it at
Right.
that.
Yeah, just whatever.
Wow.
It's It says alleged to be eaten in parts of Southeast Asia, possibly exaggerated by colonial explorers. 10-4. Prions are indestructible proteins that destroy brain tissue.
You see, why do we risk it? Why do we risk it?
Right.
Or I say why do people risk
Right.
it?
And like hopefully that's a rumor. But most rumors and myths and all that stem from some sort of what, folks? Truth. That's right, everybody. Good job, class.
Good job. Good job.
This one I did not see until now and really throws me for a loop. Rhubarb leaves.
I've never eaten or even rhubarb.
Danger. Contain high levels of oxalic acid, which can cause kidney failure and death if consumed in large quantities. Huh. The stalks of the plant are fine and edible. Leaves must always be discarded. No way.
Because that was going to be the question I asked, and wonder
Are you
is
serious? Do you know how
like,
many times I've seen rhubarb leaves like places?
what I was going to say is the fact of, how can you eat the leaf and then not, penetrate everything
That's
else?
the other part. How can yeah. Hey, grandma's been feeding you rhubarb pie.
Yeah, because I just don't understand. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand how that leaf that's attached to that stalk, you can eat the stalk part of it, but you can't eat the leaf.
Okay, so it says right here during historical famines, people were poisoned when eating the whole plant.
Huh.
So everybody eating the stalk is fine, or is it just slowly poisoning us? That was a joke for entertainment purposes only. I don't know. You did the research.
Note to self: don't even think about eating rhubarb.
No more.
I mean, again, I've never had it, so I don't know what I'm missing. So,
man,
I
thought I perused this list a little bit.
I was gonna say, you just come across something good.
Definitely not, because I'm like, I take a lot of that. It says number 8 on the list is elderberries.
Okay, I haven't messed with that either.
Oh yeah, I definitely take elderberry supplement and stuff, but it says elderberries raw.
Okay.
So the danger is they contain cyanogenic glycosides, sorry, chemicals that produce cyanide when eaten raw.
Oh, jeez,
Dude, cyanide's crazy.
yeah, that's too much.
So here's the details on that. Elderberries are safe when cooked thoroughly. Raw berries, leaves, or stems can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and death. Okay, well, phew. That's like, dude, that's like a duality right there, because elderberries are really good for you.
Right, and that's what it's. So I looked it up while you were still talking, not doubting the list, but just to fact check the list itself.
Absolutely,
The
please.
number one thing says, why do people think it's poisonous? Well, I don't like looking like that. Is it says sometimes poisonous can kill you is what people think, but really and truthfully, what it does is it just makes you ill and gives you a bad bellyache.
Oh, well, I mean, dude, if you go out in the wild and just start munching raspberries or blackberries that are
But it
totally
says, if we ate enough of these foods, theoretically, it could kill us, but so could drinking too much water.
100% fact.
You know,
That is
so
absolutely a fact. In fact, fun fact about okay. It's gonna sound bad. The fun fact part about it's gonna sound bad when I say there was a thing where a person died by drinking so much water
wow.
in a competition, and
Oof.
like something, and it was like you had to drink X amount of water. This is like way back in the '90s or something.
Uh,
Drink X amount of water, and then not go to the bathroom for like 30 minutes or something like that. And what it was is the body drowned from the inside because it was overhydrated.
oh Lord.
So allegedly, I look, you gotta understand, folks, Johnsy was a partier. And I was down to try anything that you had, any idea you had to get to another level. I found out that I heard when I was growing up, and still today here, if you drink enough water, it'll be the same as getting drunk,
Wow.
except for the line of feeling that like inebriation feeling and drowning death
Uh-huh.
is like hair paper thin. And you have no idea where that line is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a
Roll of the dice.
negative.
No,
That's a lot of crazy crap, but never was willing to risk that. Speaking of risking that, Hackerel or Harkerl, or whatever. Harkerl, Hackerel, fermented Greenland shark. So I actually knew about this one. The fresh meat is highly, highly toxic. Highly toxic. With, I think this is how you pronounce it, urea and trimethylamine oxide. Trimethylamine oxide can cause severe poisoning. So what they do to be able to eat this is the shark meat is buried underground for months. I believe it's salted and then air dried to make edible. And it's a traditional Icelandic food. And the funny thing is, if anybody's seen like, I think I know the Bizarre Foods, Nasty Foods guy did it, and I'm pretty sure Bourdain did it in an episode. They're like, it smells like bad, smells like ammonia. Wild stuff, dude. Speaking of wild, number 6, giant bullfrogs. And if you're wondering where that might be on the menu, it's when you travel to the great country of Nambia.
Okay, because I was going to say they eat a lot of frog legs around the
Right.
south.
If not properly prepared, the frogs release toxins causing kidney failure.
Jeez, man.
Eaten in Nambia, especially during the frog breeding season, only frogs that have fully matured and completed mating are considered safe.
Huh.
Whoa, that is wild.
That is wild.
See, and that's like a whole nother side of this. Is there's like we saw the elderberries, the rhubarb, monkey brains, which is like allegedly, but then you get to the hackerel. That's like a thing that happens in Iceland. It's a traditional food. And then over here in Nambia, the giant bullfrogs, like now we're getting like these are cultural things, and I'm just like, how long did it take to realize that they had to be cooked properly?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, true. How many people figured that out before it was too late?
Yeah. And by how long, I mean how many.
Right.
like Damon said. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of number 5, San Nakaji, which, yeah, I've heard about this one too, and I am down for a foodie experience, and I've never eaten octopus except for that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Eric, you son of a bee. It was disgusting, but this one terrifies me.
Hmm.
San Nakji live octopus. So,
Really?
yeah, Korean dish, live baby octopus is lightly seasoned and eaten immediately. But here's the deal, the tiny suction cups on the moving tentacles can latch to your throat and cause choking death.
I've heard. No, okay,
Right.
the name didn't ring a bell, but when you said it like that, I've heard that before.
So, while they bring out this baby octopus and chop off a tentacle and feed it to you, and while it is trying to kill you from the inside, it requires careful chewing to neutralize the suction cups. So you battle a baby octopus tentacle in your mouth with your tongue and teeth before it's deemed safe to swallow. Hey, hey, look right here, folks. I'm out. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, good.
Nope. I'll Shark Tank the shit out of that. I'm out. And here's
Jeez.
the other deal. I am a fan of seafood.
Yeah,
I love seafood.
don't
In
mess with
fact, my last trip to the coast, I ordered clams linguine because I love clams. And why
them.
do I bring that up? Why clams linguine, do you ask? Because number 4 on the list, blood clams. Have you heard of them? Me either.
Hold on, is that the ones?
Danger is they live in low oxygen mud flaps
Oh,
that
that's not the one.
carry a couple of things. So I'm just going to say they're a popular delicacy in parts of China and Southeast Asia, traditionally eaten listen, lightly boiled or even raw, which is insufficient to kill pathogens. Oh, but Johnsy, you skipped over the pathogens. Oh, it's okay. They just carry little things called hepatitis A, hepatitis E. I've never even heard of that one.
Mhm.
Typhoid, as in the fever, and dysentery, which killed everybody at least once on the Oregon Trail.
Well,
I mean, damn it. Did any of that not check out?
yeah, I'm not messing with them either. But it does say,
I love clams, but listen
well,
to me.
they did say, or let's say the old goggle said that blood clams are safe to eat when properly cooked. But like you were saying, if you eat them raw or undercooked, they can lead to severe illness or death.
But here's the deal. It says right here, traditionally eaten lightly boiled
Oh
or
well,
even raw.
you're gonna die.
Like, what?
So
What are we doing here, folks? What
nah,
are we doing?
you're on your own.
Oh, speaking of, oh, oh, Kasu Marzu,
What's that?
which is number 3, Kasu Marzu, aka rotten cheese.
I mean, who could even put that in their mouth?
So, yes, folks, we are talking about that one cheese from Sardinia where there are fly larvae that digest the cheese,
Oh
creating a
yeah.
creamy, highly fermented, and illegal delicacy. Uh, the risk includes intestinal larval infections if larvae survive your digestion of the cheese. And look,
larvae,
listen,
aka maggots.
you can call me, what was it, Laura, Cuban, Mr. Wonderful. For that reason, I'm out.
Yeah.
Never. You have to understand my love for cheese. And my rule is the stinkier and weirder, it probably tastes incredible. But there is a line.
Sure.
There is a line. When the creamy, enjoyable part is made by the digestion of fly larvae, you can count me out. And like my homeboys Pharaoh Madison said back in the day, you can count me out at least for a day. I'm done. Nope. I mean, I kind of anyway.
So
Oh,
no, I was gonna say, so quick on that one though. It says for that cheese, it's unsafe for it to eat when the maggots on the cheese is died. But if they're still alive on there, it can eat it. No, no, no,
no,
no.
no, no.
The maggots starved of oxygen writhe and jump in the bag, creating a pitter-patter sound. When the sound subsides, the maggots are dead and the cheese can be eaten. No, I'm good. Okay, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
bro, it's the most terrifying. It's like what
No.
what
Yeah.
what? Okay, so speaking of what, we're on to number two, the Aki fruit. I've never heard of this one. The Aki fruit. It's ACKEE fruit. Okay, here we go. It is a national fruit of Jamaica, often served in a dish, ackee and saltfish. It must only be eaten when fully ripe,
Yep.
when the pods open or naturally open on the tree. If not, if not, unripe ackee contains hypoglycin A and
Mhm.
B, which causes severe vomiting, hypoglycemia, seizures, and even death.
And here's the
And
thing.
if this is starting to sound like a weird pharmaceutical commercial, tune into Saturday for more on that.
But it looks so inviting to eat, though. Have you ever seen it?
No, I don't want to.
No, no,
I
no.
don't want to,
I'm being serious. It looks so inviting to eat.
bro. I don't want to make mistakes, dude.
Well, that's why we're here for the people.
Right.
So if you see this inviting fruit, I mean, it's so
Wow,
different
that's
looking.
so interesting, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It's so
It
different
looks like
looking.
a
It's like, oh, I
nectarine
want
with
some of that.
3 grapes growing out of it.
Right, right, right. That's why
I'd
I'm like,
already be dead.
yeah, that's what,
I'd already be dead. I
that's
would
why I
have
was like,
tried
it
it.
look, that's
Oh,
why I said it
Damon,
looks so inviting. And I was like, yeah,
Damon,
this
you
tasty
saved
looking
all of
thing
our
right here.
lives. You saved all of our lives. And
Yeah,
folks, if you're listening over on our favorite platforms like Spotify, wherever you're just listening, Apple Pods, whatever, we apologize that you can't see it, but head over to YouTube. You can catch all the highlights of the of whatever we're going over.
yes.
Speaking of going over, we finally did it. We summited the mountain.
Uh-oh.
Number one, which everybody knows about, is fugu. Or fugu? The puffer fish.
I was waiting on that to hit the list.
Right. So everybody knows about it, but we're just going to break down this real quick. So I'm going to tell a story
Okay.
about this one guy who was a tough guy in the mob. And he learned this trick with cyanide, where he would just be dancing at a club. Back then, the clubs were the big thing, kind of like they are today. And he would see the target and accidentally spill his drink on the guy, which contained a little bit of cyanide. And then it would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, let me buy you a drink. And he, oh yeah, it's all good, thanks. Walk out. And 20, 30 minutes later, he died of a heart attack that no one knew about. So, hold that story in your head. Preparation must be by a licensed, highly trained chefs in Japan and a few other countries. One tiny mistake in slicing the liver or ovaries can be fatal. Symptoms include numbness, dizziness, full paralysis while still conscious. So you will die fully awake the whole time knowing about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
There is no known antidote to this day. Here's the fun facts. The pufferfish contains tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin 1,200 times more deadly than cyanide.
Yeah, I was sitting there reading it too. Yeah, because I found, yeah,
Look, homies, I like sushi too. I really do.
Yeah.
I love me some yellowtail, some sashimi, whatever. I don't like rolls. We know that about me. But send it over. But here's the deal. Uh fugu. Nah. Nah. No, I don't even want their experience. I don't care if people are like, listen, if you just get over it and taste it, it's the best thing you've ever put in your mouth. No, I'll save up my money and spend like $1 million on a whole Wagyu cow from A5 Wagyu cow from Japan and have it shipped to me
That's right.
before I do that. Period. I don't know how else to tell you. It ain't happening. That's terrifying.
Off the list.
One time, like years later, after we've all forgotten about this episode, I'm gonna like, because I've seen it. I've seen what it looks like before. Not in person, obviously, right? But I'm gonna thin slice some like whatever whitefish, some sea bass, or like some, just thin slice and be like, hey, listen, guys, I spent like 16 grand on this, and it'll be like 12 slices, like a beautiful line of six, two lines. And I'll be like, you gotta try it with me, man. And they'll be like, what is it? And I'll be like, it's that puffer fish, but it's guaranteed. But fun fact, it will not actually be that puffer fish because I will not risk it. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, we ain't gonna mess with that.
I ain't messing. I mean, coconuts. I don't like coconut flavored stuff. And Mark, safe from them falling on my head for sure. And the rest of it seems pretty easy to avoid.
Yeah.
Elderberries. That one freaked me out a little bit, but just don't eat them raw, I guess.
That's right.
Mark, safe from rhubarb myself.
Yeah.
I don't do that whole rhubarb pie. Look, if you're making it, rhubarb is a vegetable in my mind. I don't want a vegetable pie.
That's what I'm gonna say. What are you eating? Celery pie? That's what it looks like.
I want either pot pie or dessert. Period. Yeah, that's it. Like, and I don't really even eat pot pie, so dessert. And rhubarb ain't no dessert. You heard it here first, folks. Thank you all for sticking around.
Hope you found somebody that's interesting.
Right. Me too.
Because I sure did.
Yeah, some of that was I don't even know about all those, but look. Why?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And as we say goodnight, you just have to ask yourself,